Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Light Conversations with Bob. I know times are tough for many of you, and I hope you all are staying healthy and safe during this time. Thanks again for taking time out to watch these interviews. This week, it's Daniel Suárez, who hasn't had the smoothest path when it comes to his last few years in NASCAR or even the last few weeks in iRacing. But his story is one of perseverance, and we'll talk about some of that and how that has impacted how he has spent his time while the race season has been suspended. Now for our interview with Daniel Suárez. Well, we're here with Daniel Suárez, driver of the Gaunt Brothers Racing number 96 Toyota. And Daniel, I think we both probably could use haircuts, right? You know, it's gotten.
I was talking with a friend of mine yesterday, and he told me the same thing. And I said to him, "Okay, I will give you $50 if you tell me where to go. I have a haircut right now."
You're not brave enough to let a friend do it or somebody else do it, probably just like me, right?
Yeah, I think that's too risky.
Well, you know, I've been following you along on social channels, and watching you on iRacing. So first off, congrats. You got a race in, no drama last week. So I assume you're feeling good about the way everything is going.
Yeah, let's say that it is better. There is a lot of things. I think it's a lot of fun. We're definitely having a lot of fun, but at the same time, it's getting a lot. It's very real in many different aspects. So we're trying to put everything as professional as possible. I wish some things were different, but that's what we got. I just hope we can go back to real races before we get crazy.
All right. Well, we'll come back to that in a little bit, but I want to go back to when NASCAR first announced that it wasn't going to race at Atlanta and Homestead, and you kind of went and took a road trip, right? How far did you go, and kind of what was the kind of the point, or what was the kind of the idea to do it? What sparked it?
Yeah. So pretty much what happened is that I was talking to a guy to get this vintage bus from North California, and I have a good friend of mine that he's in the middle of all those business with old cars and stuff. He's in Virginia, and I was talking to him about going to California to pick up this vintage bus for me. And actually, the plan was for him to go over there and do it probably the week after Atlanta, pretty much between Atlanta and Homestead. So we had pretty much everything already set, and obviously we were in Atlanta on Thursday when the Coke event, big Coke dinner that we normally have every year, got canceled. And then at that point, I knew something was wrong. Something was getting very serious. And then on Friday, everything got postponed for Saturday. And then Saturday morning, they canceled pretty much the weekend, and they canceled also Homestead. So I was in my motorhome with no idea what to do, because obviously nobody really knew what was next. Some drivers were lucky that they didn't fly, they didn't travel to Atlanta, but I was already there for the Coke event. So I was already there. I was with my girlfriend Julia, and for a while we've been talking about road trips. I personally I like road trips a lot, but already as you know, Bob, with the crazy schedule that we have in racing, is very difficult to make it happen. So we talk about it back and forward. About actually, I mentioned it to her, just playing around, like, hey, what about if we just go and pick up this bus instead? And she said, well, honestly, if you're willing to take it easy and to go to few cool places before picking up the bus, I'm down. So honestly, 24 hours later, we're on the road trip. So it was kind of like a last minute thing. That day we drove back to Charlotte. I got my Toyota Tundra. I got actually an oil change on Saturday. I got a trailer for one of my friends, and Sunday morning we left.
Wow. And what was the best thing you saw on the trip?
It's hard to tell, and it's very, very hard to tell. First of all, I was extremely amazed of what a beautiful country we live. because I've been talking about this for weeks with several friends, and some of these people they don't even know half of the places I went, and they've been living here for 30 years or 40 years. So it's a shame, we live in such an amazing country, and such. I mean, I saw some places that they were so beautiful. I personally, I love a horseshoe bend, one of the most amazing things I ever seen. It just very impactful, the way that everything is, and how just Mother Nature is being able to fabricate all that. So it's pretty impressive. The Grand Canyon, and a lot of very very cool places. The Zion Park. There was some snow there. Super super cool. Super beautiful. Just a lot of different places. And unfortunately, actually, when we left on Sunday, after the Sunday that we're supposed to race Atlanta, things were not great with the coronavirus. But we didn't have any orders of staying home or anything like that. I mean, we were able to eat in restaurants and everything. The problem was when we were in California, things got out of control. I mean, we were in California, and then we started hearing the staying home. We started hearing no more restaurants. We started hearing all those things, and we're in the middle of the trip, so we didn't know what to do. So at that point, we couldn't find restrooms in the gas stations anymore. So it started to get a little uncomfortable. So at that point, we just decided to cut the road trip short and drive back home.
Ah, so a couple more questions on that trip. What was the best thing you ate, and what was the worst thing you ate?
The worst thing I ate. The best thing I ate was actually a Mexican place. Those are the most expensive tacos I ever had, but they were so good, so good. We ate those tacos actually in the truck. Well, we ate 70% of the trip in the truck, but those tacos were amazing. The worst thing I ate, I don't really know. We went to some fast food. uh it wasn't great, typical fast food. But I can't remember about the worst thing. Probably something in a gas station. But like I said, at one point we just couldn't find anything. We're lucky we're able to find a restroom, and also a place so we can pick up some food and eat it in the truck.
Ah. Well, and then I saw once you got back, you were busy. You were cleaning carburetors from some of your trucks, and you were also putting together saw you putting together either a sim seat or a gaming seat. So I was kind of curious, which was easier, cleaning carburetors or trying to figure out the instructions on how to put together your seat?
I want to tell you which one was easier. It was definitely easier to put the simulator together. I mean, that's something very simple for me. What it was extremely difficult, actually, cleaning the carburetors was simple also. What it was very difficult, it was to set them up. Once I put them in the car, it was running like crap. So I had to set everything up, rejetting and change a lot of things. And finally, it's running very, very nice. But it took a while.
Well, and I mean, but that wasn't the first time I assume that you've taken out a carburetor and put back in, or was it?
No, definitely wasn't. I think probably the very first time was, I don't know, more than 10 years ago. That's pretty much what I grew up doing with my father at the shop and working with old cars and stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. I think in this off time, I call off time or downtime or whatever you want to call it. I have been working a lot in the cars, and at this point, I don't even know what else to do. I'm starting to think what can I break so I can get it fixed. But I don't know, man. It's just a crazy world that we're living right now, and I really hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and we can go through this as soon as possible.
Well, Daniel, I thought that maybe you were playing Mario Kart 23 hours a day, and then iRacing maybe 1 hour a day from from what I could tell on social. Can you explain to me how you got into Mario Kart and how apparently you're pretty good at it? So how'd you get so good so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, the whole Mario Kart thing started probably 4 or 5 months ago, just playing with Julia and with some of my mechanics also. And as you know, I've been trying to figure out different ways to connect with fans, because that's something very unique about our sport. That we have that contact with our fans the entire time, when going through drivers meeting, driver introduction, all these times that we have all these contacts. And I feel like virtual racing is great, but the contact with the fans still is not there, right? So I was just trying to figure out different ways to connect with them. That, on my opinion, that's extremely important, probably the most important part. And Facebook Live, Instagram Live, that's great, but I was trying to find something else. So I just figured out that everyone can play Mario Kart. That's something very, very simple, and start putting some championships together, and fans love it. I started receiving a lot of positive comments on social media, a lot of people posting pictures and stuff, and started doing it more often. Right now, every night, we got over 100 fans playing Mario Kart, which is a lot of fun.
Like, have you connected with any kind of long lost friends that maybe you haven't talked to, or people who you thought were maybe frenemies who are now friends, or who's all? Again, like, how has that interaction gone?
Yeah, I have had a few friends actually from Mexico playing also, but I haven't, just like that. Some friends actually, Josh Avila, that he's the marketing guy from Auto Club Speedway. He plays every night also. Amanda from Coca-Cola, she plays also. Like, it's fun. It's just for fun, and to try to connect with fans. Fans really love it. They really have a lot of fun with it, and I'm looking forward for tonight.
And do you seem to me to be much more kind of relaxed and very, I don't know, maybe more comfortable on social channels, or maybe more even at ease with everything that's kind of going on in your life. You've had this drama in your racing life, but to me it seems like you're just very upbeat right now. What is that? Is that a change for you, or is there something that has kind of sparked that kind of attitude?
I think everything in life is an experience, and I feel that I have definitely learned a lot in the last few years. I feel like the most important take that I have from all this is how important is the people. It doesn't matter the name of the team. It really doesn't matter, you know, you know, what is the logo that you have. What it matters the most is the people that is around you, and I have learned that having the right people around you is the most important part, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why I came back with Toyota with this new project, and Mario Gunn, owner of Gunn Brothers Racing. He's a great person. I feel like he's gonna be able to put a very successful race team very soon, and I bet on myself on this new project, and with my experience, it's everything about the people, and I feel like I'm with the right people at this point. So hopefully, we can pull in the same direction, and do what we love to do.
And how has the suspension of the season impacted you trying to help build that team?
Well, it's been difficult, especially because already we had some expectations for next year, and with a new car coming, we had some plans and some ideas how to execute, but well, now everything got moved. So um, you know it's like everything. We have to adjust our plans, and try to move some things around, and trying to regroup, and trying to be strong. But well, we don't really know what is going to happen yet, but hopefully we can figure out things very soon.
And coming up this weekend, Talladega and the iRacing. I see that you're confirmed entry. So, what do you expect from that race?
Well, I think a lot of, if we still have it the same organization, probably a lot of black flags and a lot of mess. But who knows? It's just one of those things that it's a tough deal, man. It's Talladega. I don't really know how it's gonna work. Obviously, in real life, it's very unpredictable. In a simulator, who knows? So I don't even know if it's worth to practice. But we'll see. We'll see how things work out, and hopefully we can stay in one piece. That's important.
I'm guessing nothing from Mario Kart translates to iRacing.
I wish I could have some bananas or some red shells to send to people, but no.
Maybe you could throw a banana. You should be allowed to throw a banana peel on the track or something, right, during the race. That would be.
That'd be fun, but I may get black flag for that too. I get black flag very often lately.
All right. Well, we'll try to keep the black flags away from you in the coming weeks. Well, Daniel, I appreciate you taking the time out with us, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Bob. I appreciate it.
You can catch Daniel Suárez in the next NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series race at 1 p.m. Sunday on Fox. Check your local listings, FS1 and the Fox Sports app, as the NASCAR Cup Series drivers take on Talladega. If you want to see our previous interviews on Light Conversations with Bob, they're all on our Facebook and YouTube channels. We have interviews with William Byron, Austin Dillon, Matt DiBenedetto, and Timmy Hill. And we have your daily NASCAR fix on FS1 at 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday with NASCAR Race Hub. Thanks again for joining us, and please do everything you can to stay healthy and safe, and we'll talk to you again next week.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.